Okay, you are with a Brit technologist and an American therapist, and today we are going to discuss emotions.
Sure. Yeah.
In what context?
In the cultural context.
All right.
So Brits, the way Brits handle emotions.
First of all, what's an emotion?
An emotion is a feeling. It's an emotional experience that you have when in response to something. It can be positive, it can be negative, it can be neutral. Sometimes actually what we assign to it is what makes it positive or negative.
That doesn't seem useful at all to me. So like, let's say a car comes right now and all of a sudden, like I have an emotion, but I don't do anything about it. Like what would happen to me in that situation?
Why are you assuming that you have the emotions and then you don't do anything about it?
Next question. No, so that's a very bad. I mean, obviously, I'm being ridiculous right now, but like, I think the main point here is like we have emotions, and I think like one of the big differences is how we how we probably process them culturally. I think that's probably an interesting first topic.
Do the Brits process them culturally?
Look, sarcasm is our thing, okay?
Okay, let me get serious. What are like in school when we're kids in the US, we'll get like, this is a smiley face. It means that, like, do you all do that?
Do we get taught what emotions are?
Yes.
Yes, but we also get quickly taught how to suppress them very quickly. So I think it's less of like an awareness of what an emotion is, because like we've got brains. I mean, we can talk about whether Brits and Americans have brains in another one, but I think the cool thing is we know what emotions are. We just don't necessarily know culturally, and it, you know, especially in public, it feels like we don't have an ability to express a wide range of emotions. And I'm thinking like compared to some Latin American countries, like I meet the Brazilians and they just say whatever they want immediately to me. And it's so up and down. And the Italians as well, perhaps, like French as well, probably extends a bit more than us. Well, I think probably a tree extends a bit more than us. But yeah, what do you think about that?
Do you feel that that Brits are taught that emotions inconvenience each other, like that y'all are like inconveniencing each other if you have emotional experiences?
I think we're just taught that emotions are weak as a very young age. No, I mean, I'm being a bit extreme, but I think we're just taught like not like that. Maybe they get in the way. Yeah, like maybe it's they're not so practical, and they perhaps interfere with stuff, which I would agree in terms of like on some level in some things, right? So if we need to get something done and we just need to chop a tree down. I don't want to chop a tree down, first of all, but like let's say we had to like break a brick. That's a better example. Talking about our emotions and like our feelings would not be useful in that instance from my perspective. But I think it does leave a big gap in terms of like how you relate to other people and the relationships perhaps you have with yourself maybe as well, because maybe you're suppressing some stuff. And I mean, obviously I'm perfect, but like there are a lot of exceptions out there where, you know, emotions have been repressed. And
yeah, I mean, I don't think Americans have like the perfect relationship with our emotions either. I mean, we're a culture of excess, you know, we eat a lot, we drink a lot, we spend a lot. And not always, but a lot of times that can come from like, it can be a form of avoidance of emotion also. So I don't think we're, you know, and we've once or twice been accused of sort of being like overly peppy and like overly happy and like almost going to the opposite extreme because, so yeah, I mean, I don't think we're the model for this. But I do think we talk about our feelings a little more.
And how does that extend like to the wider society? So like so let's say Americans talk about their emotions more. Is it like, first of all, is it like commonplace when you haven't really met anybody, or is it restricted to certain like within your friends groups or whatever?
I think it depends, but I think you will sort of see I think it will go deeper the depending on the depth of the relationship. But I do think sometimes you'll just be out and about and you can just ask someone, or like a coworker, maybe work is a good example. And you'll be like, how are you doing? And someone will like actually answer. And I was like teasing that one of my British friends the other day about that. She's like, no, you're not supposed, you're just supposed to be like, all right, and like move on with your day, you know?
As you were saying that, is exactly what I was thinking. I was like, you don't tell anyone how you're feeling at work, and I feel like that's a bit here as well in Portugal. You know, everyone's like tudo bem, which just means like, I'm sorry, that was Brazilian, but anyway, in Portugal it's the same. But you say all good, and then everyone's like all good,
and then everyone moves on. I think in the U.S. we like, even if it's at work, you spend a lot of time at work, especially Americans, which is another one of our issues. And so I guess it's kind of like you get close with people and you do kind of talk about that stuff more at work than I would say in some other cultures. So maybe work is like a good metric, because for some people work is like, no, that's like completely off limits. But I think in the US, a little less.
Okay. I mean, I feel like that's a good place to wrap up today. Interested to know what you guys think. What do you think about your culture and how are emotions like? Are they allowed? All right. Bye-bye.